Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching Click, the Political Vigilante. Sorry, I was in Europe. I'm making everything sound a little more glamorous. Thank you to everybody who came out to see the 3 government secret shows we did in Stockholm, Berlin, and London. That was awesome. And thank you to everybody that came out to see my shows on my getting ready for my comedy special tour in Madison, Waterford, Michigan, Cincinnati, and New York City. And then, of course, the special taping in Chicago, which was great. Special's done. Looks awesome. Sounds awesome. We're shopping it around. Some people are already interested. So it'll be on one of the major streaming services, if not even Netflix, by January. So thank you, everybody that came out. We've talked on the show recently with Ron Placone about the threats to an open and free internet. So the Democrats, apparently sensing that they're probably going to get crushed next Tuesday because they have offered the American people nothing. You can't run on, oh, the Democrats, you know, we'll save you from the Republicans. The Republicans are evil. You can't keep running on that. You have to give people policies that are going to make their lives better, because it's really dark times right now. So they're finally going to do something. They're claiming, this was in Bloomberg, during the lame duck Congress, because they're probably going to get crushed on Tuesday, but the new Congress won't get voted in, or sworn in rather, till whatever it is, January, February. So this just came out. Biden team to push ambitious antitrust crackdown on big tech in Congress. This was in Bloomberg, right? So the White House is planning a post-midterms push for antitrust legislation that would rein the power of the world's largest tech companies, which is great. This we talk about on the show. Ron Placone has come on the show to talk about it. He talks about it. I mean, that's one of the areas Ron's very strong in, knows this very well. That's why we've had him on the show. So, I mean, the Democrats are like, oh, wow, we're going to finally use our power. After you get beat, then you're going to use your power. Like, it's just, this is what's so frustrating about the Democratic Party. Whenever they get to power, they go, oh, they blame the Republicans. When Obama had his 60-seat Senate and the Congress, he did nothing in those first 2 years. He could have forced the obstructionist Republicans. Bullshit. That's a bullshit excuse. Oh, LBJ had to fight within his own party and the Republicans to get the civil rights bill passed. He got it done. Chris Hedges said this in several of his books, including Death of the Liberal Class. If the Democrats passed policies that help the average American worker, the average American home, they would never lose. That's what FDR did. And that's why they had to impose term limits, because he was so popular. If Joe Biden, the minute he took his hand off the Bible, which he could have done this, given everybody Medicare for all. We're in the middle of a pandemic. We still are. When he was sworn in January of 2021, he could have said, Medicare for all, free healthcare, right? Student debt forgiveness, not 10,000, all of it. Americans are struggling right now because of once in a 100-year pandemic. You get free healthcare, student debt forgiveness. That would be it. The Democrats would never lose. They wouldn't lose. Because he's like, I'm making your lives easier. Yeah, gas is $6 a gallon, but you got free healthcare now. So that's because of us, the Democrats. It would be like the Republicans would be this little small party of crazy nutbags that no one would want to listen to anymore, because they're like, I got free healthcare, man. Let's not forget, there were districts that voted for Obama twice, that then voted for Trump. Because after 8 years of Obama, they're like, what did he do for us? In 2016, there was a New York Times article showing that it was the lowest black voter turnout in like 30 years. Because even black people, like, even with a black president, he didn't do much for the black community. There was that interview at that barber shop in Milwaukee. He didn't do much for us. You can't say we're just the lesser of two evils. You can't, that's not a policy. That doesn't make anybody's lives better. So now, knowing they're going to get their asses kicked because they've done nothing other than, well, team up with the Republicans to help create 100 new billionaires during a pandemic, The single greatest upwards transference of wealth was thanks to the Democrats and the Republicans. Oh, we've already sent now, I think the number is now over $100 billion to Ukraine. Can't come up with $3 billion to fix the water in Mississippi, but we got endless money to send to this bullshit proxy war that we helped create, not excusing what Putin has done, but we've helped. This ridiculous notion that America is this innocent little bystander and big bad Putin just went crazy is not accurate. I've shown you stories, I've shown you articles of experts and pundits who have said we are pushing Putin into this. As far back as 1998, I showed you that. So I'm sorry. I know I'm going off a little bit here, but the Democrats, only when they're about to be crushed do they go, gee, maybe we should force some legislation through that'll make Americans' lives better. Yeah, antitrust. And who's against the antitrust legislation? Oh, weird, Republicans and the big tech companies. The last-ditch effort to get a stalled pair of bills through Congress before a predicted Republican takeover in January. The lame duck period after Tuesday's U.S. election may be the last shot to pass the landmark legislation, the American Innovation and Choice Online Act, and the Open App Markets Act. Shares of Amazon and Alphabet have fallen more than 40% this year, while Apple have fallen 23%. Meta Platforms, Inc., meanwhile, lost about 3/4 of its value. Republicans have made it clear they won't support the bills if they retake control of either chamber of Congress. Oh, so in the last months that you have power, you're going to do something with it. Weird, crazy. It's almost like you could have done this from day one. When America overwhelmingly rejected the Trump era Republicans and gave Democrats the White House, the Congress, and the Senate. But oh, Joe Manchin and Kristen Siena, who are Democrats. So when you just vote for any Democrat, you get people like Joe Manchin and Kristen Siena. And then when you don't hold the Democratic Party accountable, you watch them get their asses kicked, and then you're just going to blame the Republicans again? The Republicans are very honest with you folks. They've always told you up front, this is what we're going to do. Roe v. Wade, for 50 years, the Republicans said, we're against Roe v. Wade. We're going to overturn it any chance we get. They got a chance and they took it and they got it. All those Trump judges. Yeah. You know what was happening when Trump was in office for 4 years? The Democrats were rubber stamping his judicial nominees. Yeah. People like Liz Warren and all this stuff. Oh, man. So even the Democrats, they won't even resist. And now, finally, in their last 2 months of power in Congress, they're going to do something about it. Well, better late than never. You crybaby, weirdo, lame suckers. God. It's deliberate. They just want this stupid political football kicked back and forth between the Democrats and Republicans so Americans keep watching this dumb football game rather than go, oh, the billionaire class, the 1%, they control both of these parties. That's why both parties are awful. Advocates have criticized the White House for failing to prioritize the legislation, which major tech companies have spent more than $100 million to defeat. Alphabet's Google, Apple, Amazon, Meta all oppose the bill. Weird. So, gee, you know what the truth is here, folks? The truth is this. Democrats get a lot of money from those tech companies. A lot of these Democrats help get elected by big tech's money. So that's why they've done nothing. That's why they act like, oh, our hands are tied, because the Democrats get money from big tech just like the Republicans do. Just like they get money from the military-industrial complex. I've shown you that. The defense industry spent $49 million across all candidates running in 2020. Trump got 2.7 million. Biden got 3.1 million. These corporations and these industries give almost evenly. Now, the gun lobby gives more to the Republicans than the Democrats. No two ways about it. And AIPAC gives more to the Democrats than the Republicans. No two ways about it. But big tech, the healthcare lobby, they'll just kind of give more to one party if the wind is blowing in that way. But that's why the Democrats do nothing, because they don't care about the American voter. because the American voter really doesn't have that much say in who's in power. So let's see if the Democrats even do this the last 2 months they have power. Will they pass any bills before they lose? And will they ask themselves, gee, had we passed these bills before the November election, maybe we would have gained more seats. Maybe we would have got a supermajority in the Senate, but they're not going to do that because they won't pass policies that go against their big donors' agenda, because both parties are bought and paid for. So I hope they pass this legislation, because I'd love to see big tech not have more power. So I hope this happens. But this is why this failed two-party system, this is what we get. Table scraps during the lame duck period. They could have passed this. We could have Medicare for all, student debt forgiveness, free colleges, sweeping legislation for a Green New Deal, but they won't do that. So they can't even win big majorities. They need the Republicans to take back seats so they can go, oh, our hands are tied, the crazy Republicans. Such a stupid thing. I've been watching this political clown show for 30 years, over 30 years. And it's the same thing. Well, they did. We just get them out, and then the Republicans are going to take over. Then they'll be awful, just like the Democrats. And then we're like, we got to get them out of there. And then we got to get them out of there. It's just all anybody says. And Americans keep drinking the Kool-Aid. You don't, because you watch this show. So follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. That's what we're doing. And we're covering stuff in a way that nobody else is. And then we make jokes about it. That's why I got a comedy special coming out called Manifest It. So thanks for watching, everybody. Support what we do. We've been demonetized. Go to patreon.com. You see that scroll below. Patreon.com/Graham Elwood. Venmo, Rockfin. Great ways to support the show. Sign up for the newsletter on GrahamElwood.com. So thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. We are still in our 9th month of demonetization from YouTube. So support what we're doing at patreon.com/Graham Elwood or rockfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. It's free to sign up, and there's a premium level at $10 a month. And for that, you get everybody on the platform's premium content. Myself, Lee Camp, Ron Placone, Jimmy Dore, Whitney Webb, Kim Iverson, Abby Martin, and many, many others. You can also support what we're doing at Venmo at Graham-Elwood. And go to GrahamElwood.com. We have a PayPal button and a P.O. box. I also have crypto wallets, which are all in the show notes. Thanks for supporting what we do.